Hey guys, welcome back to Angel Angela, and on this topic I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about monitoring spirits, narcissists monitoring spirits, gaslighting you right away. So just like you can't even have an opinion on the internet, you can't even have an opinion about something because people will comment right underneath you, will attack you, will start telling you about yourself, or they'll get triggered by something you said and, based off of their personal life, and they'll talk to you like they know you, or they'll talk to you with the comfort of knowing that you're behind the screen. You can't really truly defend yourself. So it's almost like you might even feel like there's no point on even leaving comments, because in a way it's kind of like you're securing yourself. If you don't have nothing nice to say, you're better off not saying anything, right? That's how you're pretty much looking at situations, because a lot of these people are almost, I would say, like brainwashed, because they walk around gaslighting people and provoking people every single day and still claiming to be victims. These are the type of people that, they trust the narcissist just because the narcissist gives them sob stories about how they change. These are people that will side with abusers very quickly until they get abused. So just like people can feel freely to say what they want on the internet, a lot of people feel like they could say what they want freely on an everyday basis. They feel like they could talk bad about people. They can look at people, side-eye them, give them the squinty eyes, give them the raised eyebrow. So narcissists do things to provoke others. They come into your world giving you funny faces, saying funny stuff, instigating, gossiping, trying to tell you who you are, and sometimes even, just being plain, disrespectful. And then they gaslight you to act like they didn't do anything wrong. A lot of times, these type of people will gaslight you to make you think that they're even victims. Some come at you with sob stories right away. There was a death in my family, or my mother just passed away, or, I have to go to court for this. So these people gaslight you right away, and they make you feel like you know them. What you don't know is that these conversations, these transactions happen so quickly that if you don't pay close attention, you're setting yourself up to be gaslit by this person as time passes by, because that's when the lies will start to come in. The reason that you're even put in a situation with narcissists where they're even able to gaslight you is because you don't know yourself. You can say that you know yourself, but you haven't accessed enough information to know the deep sides of you, where the deeper parts of you, where no one can break you down. No one can say anything to you to hurt you. So in other words, in order to know yourself, you have to know people. And if you know people, you'll know what makes you different from them. And that's how you know yourself, because you won't be vulnerable to just anybody. Meaning that they can call you names, they can point out your insecurities, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't make you feel any type of way. Your feelings aren't in it, because you know that they're trying to gaslight you to have some type of power over you. When people can't gaslight you, you'll start to see how weird people are. When narcissists can no longer gaslight you, they're not expecting you to point out their insecurities and flaws so quickly. You've been holding it in. You just haven't You don't come out and disrespect people and then act like you didn't say or do what you said and did. You don't play those games. They like to play those games. They like to gaslight people. So when you can't be gaslit, you're basically unfuckwithable. But at the same time, narcissists still will try you. So when you realize these things, what you will also realize is that a lot of people that victimize themselves or that play that victim role or they play like they're good people, you'll see that the same people that act like they're good people and, oh, I'm a good person and I like to bless other people and I like to give gifts and I like to be nice, you'll see that those same people are gaslighters too. When you know yourself, you'll start to see that not only are narcissists gaslighting, but even people who claim they're not narcissists will gaslight you because they think that you should trust them just because they're being nice, which will almost put them in the same category as the narcissist. They just don't see it that way because they feel like they don't exploit people, but they do it in a different way. They're nice. They'll give you things. They'll give you gifts. And then later on, when they start disrespecting you or you start pointing out parts of their reality because you've been there, done that already, they'll take it as you're pointing the finger at them because you're able to access certain knowledge that they haven't accessed yet. So you're just on another level. You've probably been there already. So you're also giving them the benefit of the doubt. You're trying to be nice to them because you know they haven't accessed or they're not at the point where they know how to control their emotions because they're still being givers. You know, they're giving to the narcissist. And then when you're being real to them, they think you're being fake. So these people that pretend to be nice, they're so used to fake people that they don't know what a real person is like. Meaning that, you know, they'll pretend to be nice, they'll pretend to be giving, they'll pretend to be givers, but the moment you start to point out something real because you've already experienced it, they feel like you're attacking them the same way the narcissist attacks them, but you're doing it for the benefit of them. You're telling them to benefit them. But they'll look at you like you're being the gaslighter, right? So sometimes you got to basically just remove yourself or you got to be honest with them. Hey, you know, I'm doing this or I'm saying this to you because I care. A narcissist wouldn't give a damn. A narcissist wouldn't even bring this up to your awareness because they want you to be dumb. But they'll attack you. And then later on, when they learn the lesson the hard way, they'll even come back and apologize. But the apology is too late because when you were trying to tell them, they gaslit you and made it seem like you were the narcissist. So this is why certain empaths get played by the narcissist because the narcissist feels like you don't know yourself, and they feel like because you don't know yourself and you haven't accessed certain type of information, they feel like you're just as bad as them because you're easily influenced. They feel like they can tell you to do something bad and you're going to do it because you want to fit in. You don't know yourself, you don't have boundaries, you go along with the program, you're loyal to the wrong people. So the narcissist exploits people who think they're such great people, but they're doing things that are considered bad. So a lot of times this is why people don't like to help empaths who are waking up because they feel like you're not going to appreciate all the hours, you know, people put into listening to you to talk to you. You know, you're not going to appreciate none of that. You're going to feel like you don't really understand my pain. Oh, you know, sometimes people can't fully be focused on you because they're still they know themselves and they're still living in their reality. They're just coming out of their reality to help you out real quick. So, you know, a lot of people don't want to help empaths because they feel like they'll get attacked. And then the empath is going to start saying, oh, I bought you this. I paid for this. I'm a good friend. I took you out to dinner. But you did all these things because you wanted to relieve your pain and your stress. So even if you did nice things for someone, they might feel like, you're trying to throw that at me, but you needed me to be there for you. You needed me to be a good friend and listen to you and do these things. Now you're throwing all these things you've done nice to me, but you only did these nice things because you were in a vulnerable situation. You were in a weak situation and you felt like you had to give to me something. And now you're turning on me. So this happens a lot in codependent relationships because the empath is basically giving, and when they're not getting their way, they turn on you. But yet, when they're dealing with the narcissist, they'll give to the narcissist. The narcissist will treat them bad. They'll keep giving. But anyone outside of the narcissist, they'll treat bad because they look at the narcissist like God. So, they'll use you, be nice to you. They'll give you things. They'll give you gifts. You'll go out with them. They'll pay for your lunch. But then they'll go talk bad about you. Or they'll talk to the narcissist about you. And then the narcissist talks bad about you. And then they turn on you because you were trying to wake them up. So, I pretty much used to be an extrovert, or that person that just always wants everyone to have a good time, always wants everyone to feel comfortable. I invite you over to my house. I'm going to be cooking. I'm going to offer you drinks. I'm going to want you to be very comfortable. Just, hospitality. Empaths have hospitality. We care how other people feel. We want other people to feel good. This is how we end up doing so much for the narcissist and taking so much abuse that we shouldn't even have took in the first place, right? And when you leave narcissistic people, family, friends, relationships, you realize that you didn't put yourself first. So you learn through all these people that you have to pay attention to not only your surroundings and people, but you have to pay attention to people who are trying to come into your world, trying to define who you are as a person without even knowing you, just trying to gather information to decipher who you are and how they're going to proceed to treat you. See, narcissists study you because they want to know how they can use you, how they can proceed to use you or to undermine you in any type of way. And they do it right away. This is why I say, the narcissist, will gaslight you. Monitoring spirits will gaslight you right away. A lot of times you don't notice it because as an empath, you want to be nice. You want to get along with people. You're a people person. After you deal with narcissist people and they basically almost kill you, you're not so much of a people person anymore because now you're like, wow, a lot of people are wearing masks. I can be talking to a pedophile. I could be talking to a serial killer. I could be talking to a thief. And I didn't pay attention to these things before. I just trusted this person to be who they said that they are. But now I realize that trust is earned. Respect is earned. It's not just given. You don't just respect people just because they're telling you, they have a degree or they have this or they have that or they have this much experience or because they look like you. You learn that people will gaslight you right away. They will lie to you. They will, play this persona they will play out this persona. And if you feed into that fake belief of themselves, then that gives them more fuel. If you believe the narcissist lies, this person might lie to you about who they are, their career. They might lie to you about so many things. They might even put on, like my ex-narcissist did, put a nurse outfit on and say, hey, I'm a nurse when you're not a nurse. And, and when you question the weird behavior, because these people are weirdos. When you question their weird behavior, they gaslight you. Oh, you're jealous because I got this nurse outfit and I look good in it. Just say I look good. Just say I look attractive. They want you to give them compliments. They're weirdos. Narcissist men and women are weird. They're always fishing for compliments. They're always fishing for compliments, and some narcissists are even extroverts. They come at you really strong, very positive, right? And that's how you end up trusting them. Trust and respect is earned, but you will trust and respect these people right away. That you don't even know that all you're doing is fueling this narcissist. They seem like a good person. They seem charismatic. And the moment you fuel them and you crack a smile and you laugh at their jokes, what you don't know is that the narcissist feels like they already got you. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship, And I'm telling you this because, like I said, after I left these toxic people, I became an introvert and I became more standoffish and more, I'm not as friendly. I'm polite. I'm respectful because I do believe that, you treat people how you want to be treated, right? You treat people how you want to be treated. But the narcissist does not have manners. They don't have etiquette. Some of them are very sloppy. For example, I've had narcissists where I'll meet them the first day, and because they're connected to a friend of mine, they'll act really disrespectful in front of my friend to the point where I have to tell them calm down because they're too animated. You know what I'm saying? They're too animated and they start crossing your boundaries because they're used to crossing other people's boundaries. And now they got that dumb look on their face. Now they're wondering why when they come around, you don't say anything to them. Why you're not their friend, why you're not friendly. Because the first impression you got of them was weird. And then they start trying to gaslight you to change your mind about them because they realize that you're not like other people that they can cross boundaries with. Now they're trying to change your mind about who they are, but it's too late. So they keep trying to force you, then provoke you. Then they want to see you angry. Then when you're indifferent to them, you don't even give them energy. Now they're just staring in your face, staring in your eyes. They just, when you meet them up front, there's something wrong with this person. They're in your personal space. They're getting too close to you. They're touching you. They're touching your hair. They're touching your back. They're acting like they know you. They're acting like you're their pal, and you're looking at them. You're like, don't touch me. Don't touch my shoulder. Don't get close to me. And they're looking at you like, why are you being mean? Why are you so mean? I'm trying to be your friend. The more you don't feed into their fake persona, because you don't know that person, but they feel like, hey, most people trust me. They feel like you should trust them by now. They feel like, hey, I've seen you enough times where I'm a familiar spirit. I'm a monitoring spirit. You should know you should know me by now. I've been monitoring you. You should know me by now. You should trust me. And when they see that you're still not budging and you're not putting your guard down, you're still respectful, but you're just not letting them into your personal space in your life, in your private life. But that doesn't mean that it's going to stop the narcissist from further pursuing you, because even with them bugging you, they feel like eventually you're going to laugh at me. Eventually you're going to know that this is just my personality. I'm just silly. It's like, no, there's no changing my mind about you. So now they have to say, oh, why every time I see you, you look sad? Why do you always look mad? And it's like, yourself, so you're not mad. These things. This is just stuff that they're making up because they know you see through them. Now, the rumors are going to start. Now people, they're going to start gossiping and there's going to be rumors, but it doesn't even matter because you know yourself and you know that you've been respectful to everybody. So you know that it doesn't matter who they talk to about you. People are going to know your character versus the narcissist, unless the narcissist just has this picture perfect character about themselves that's hard to navigate. So what will happen then is that certain people will believe the narcissist, certain people will believe you, and some people will be indifferent, and you'll know yourself enough to make a judgment of that, and you'll be okay with cutting people off because, hey, they're not for you. You don't have the same frequency, and you're okay with that. So what they do is, now they want to give you gifts. These monitoring spirits want to give you gifts. And if you accept these gifts, because they're trying to come into your door, into your house, into your soul, into your spirit. Now they're like, oh, I can buy you. I can try to buy you, or I can try to give you a gift. Hey, do you want this? I had a person that recently, look, I deal with so many narcissists that it's kind of scary because a lot of these narcissists think that they're even empaths. That's the scary part. A lot of them think that they're good people just because they get along with a lot of people. And they are the main ones sometimes who are showing these narcissistic traits. And they think because they're being abused or victimized in their life by somebody. A lot of people get victimized or abused by people. And you think because you're an empath, you're the only one being abused. Narcissists get abused too. It's just that you somehow allowed that person to think that you are beneath them. And that's the reason they're redirecting that abuse to you, as if they have never been abused. And the narcissist wants to keep this persona that, oh, I've never been abused. I'm always the one to cheat, lie, and steal and do things to others. People don't play me. I break up with my supplies. They don't break up with me. Every person I've ever been with, I played, I cheated, and I went on with my life. And they still want me. They still think about me. They still want to be with me. You meet these people, they're fishing for compliments. Oh, what was your first impression of me? Oh, I look young for my age, don't I? I look good for my age, don't I? I just got a haircut today. You know I look good. I just got a haircut. You don't even know these people. They're fishing for compliments. And sometimes you could see it right away. You're like, something's off with this person. They might have a empath in their life who gives them a lot of attention, a lot of fuel. And then they go out in the world thinking that everybody looks at them the way the people in their personal life looks at them. And you're looking at this person and you're like, you look like an ogre. You look like Shrek. You look like Shrek, and you look like you will go and get with someone who's a princess, and you're going to turn her into Fiona. So I don't want nothing to do with you. You see right through the monitoring spirit. And now because you can see through the monitoring spirit, they want to know how you know. They're like, how do you know? How do you know what I am, who I am? How can you tell right away? I haven't even said anything about my personal life for you to know that I'm a narcissist. You were playing too fucking much. You were joking too much. You were being so disrespectful. You were being, you were being too aggressive, or you wanted to know too much information about me. You got too close to me. You acted like you knew me. You started fishing for information. You gave me too many signs for me to look at you like a monitoring spirit. So now they want to act like, hey, your impression of me was wrong. Your impression of me was wrong. Now they're trying to make you change your mind about who they are. Oh, but let me get to the good part. Not only are they trying to make you change your mind, but they're vindictive. They're like, oh, I'm going to make you like me. And when I finally do, I'm going to steal from you. I'm going to take from you. I'm going to cheat on you. They're vindictive people. This is the crazy part, too. A lot of people will tell you, why didn't you leave the narcissist, right? And you'll be like, oh, because they gaslit me. And they're like, well, people can't gaslight you, but they can, because they'll tell you they might not want a relationship. And you might say, okay, well, have a good life. But the monitoring spirit will come back and it will tell you it wants what you want because you already told it what you wanted. And that's where the gaslighting begins, because now you're going to be told that you had all the red flags right in front of you and you basically, ignored them. The first red flag is that you told the narcissist that you wanted a relationship. So now they feel like you're lonely. Maybe you've never been in a serious relationship. No one's ever treated you right, or else you would be married already, or you would have this. So that's why they come back. And then all of a sudden they're doing relationship stuff with you when they said that they didn't want that. And then they gaslight you to make you believe that you're almost in a relationship, just to later on discard you and tell you, hey, I told you in the beginning when I met you, I didn't want that. Which leads me to, my first statement that I always say is, when someone shows you who they are, believe them, because all they're doing is fishing for information in the beginning. This is why they'll tell you 10 years out in the relationship, in the beginning, I told you I didn't want this. And it doesn't matter if you tell them, hey, I told you we can go our separate ways. I said bye, have a nice life. Why did you have to come back? Because the narcissist gaslights themselves into relationships with people. They make you see something that's not there. They make you think that they're there, but they're empty vessels, just collecting information to use against you, So from the very beginning, and if you're dealing with someone like this, you have to think this type of thinking comes natural to them. That's their personality. So that's how they view most people, one way or another. They know they can't get what they want for free all the time, so they take. So you might say to yourself, well, when I met them, I was really confident and things like that. And I used to think that too, right? About myself. I felt like I was confident. But obviously I wasn't, because I was sitting here telling someone things that I want that are going to fulfill me. And in reality, I should have just been fulfilled with myself, so that when I came across someone like that, it didn't matter if their perception is she's single and lonely. It's, no, I'm single and I'm happy and I got family and I got friends. That's why, no shade to narcissists with their self-awareness channels. My only issue is that the more you listen to them, the more your senses are going to go down, and you're going to go from feeling like hate towards those people because they're bad people and they've done bad, to now you feel like you're starting to like them, So they try to force you to like them. And they feel like if your instincts, your senses, and you really know your power, you would never look back. But the moment you open the door, they feel like they got you. It was a game. Because at the end of the day, even if they tell you that they've changed their ways, they would rather not get married or in serious relationships anymore and just be truthful. They're never going to be fully truthful, because they're going to learn how to gaslight people, but in a better way, where it's going to make that person's going to feel like it's their choice. And I'm telling you guys from experience, because like I said, I deal with a lot of people, and I'm going to say maybe 95% of the people I run across every day are narcissists. Or they might feel like they're empaths, but they're like the narcissist puppets. They're being controlled one way or another. They might as well be narcissists themselves. But I feel like some of those people just got to get hit hard to know what the hell's going on. Where the narcissist, they can get hit so hard. I told you guys, it's like they're playing limbo, and they're going as low as they can with their knees and their ankles and their backs touching the floor, smiling, going as low. They're bottom feeders. They're bottom feeders, you know. So I see their reaction towards me, and how some of them will gaslight you until the point where they just get angry, they get mad, they don't like you, but then they still want you to like them because they only care about being liked. You know what I'm saying? So they'll tell you, they'll even start telling you the truth about who they are. Yeah, I'm a narcissist. Yeah, you know, I never been good at relationships. Yeah, I went through trauma. Or some of them might tell you I had a perfect life. I don't know why I'm like this. They'll just start revealing themselves to you, thinking that if they tell you the truth, you're going to trust them. You know what I'm saying? And when they see you don't trust them, even though they're telling you the truth, they actually have respect for you, because they're like, someone else would have, this is where they would have put their guard down. The side chick would have been like, I'm the one he's telling the truth to. You're the one he's lying to. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are really empty people, you know? They don't want to feel like that. I feel it. But at the same time, they're hurting people, you know, because they feel empty, and it gives them something to do. It even gives them an adrenaline rush to some of them, you know. And then some of them will gaslight you, you know, into the point where they're telling you about yourself. They're not telling you that they're narcissists. They're telling you, you pay attention. You haven't put your guard down. I like that about you. You know, I like your eyes, you know. I like your eyes. I like, they're pretty, because you're making eye contact with them. And then when they're saying those things, they're paying attention to your eyes, and they're trying to see if you're going to crack a smile, if you're going to laugh, if you're going to say thank you. You know, they're going to see if you're going to try to, you know, be feminine with them, and you're tough. You're like, I'm not cracking no smile for you, because I know that's another move, another chess move. And not only that, but they're trying to see if you're going to look away. Are you going to look away and get nervous? Are you nervous? Are you scared? They're trying to bring fear onto you. And at the same time, they're trying to seduce you. They're weird. Oh, you have strict boundaries. I like that about you. You know why I like that about you? Because you could pay attention to details when you don't trust people, no matter how nice they are to you. They start studying you, telling you about yourself, and then they start trying to figure out, what did you go through in the past? And they might even have an idea, or they feel like they do. They know you have a story and you're never going to tell them. But they're like, I don't care. I just know you got boundaries. You know? But they won't tell you they're narcissists. They will gaslight you and keep telling you they're good guys. Now they're coming at you and they're being really nice to you. They're like, oh, I can't play with her. She sees through my bullshit. She doesn't trust me. Now they're testing you out for weeks, for months. They're trying to see, oh, you're going to budge. Everybody else budge. Oh, I'm going to crack a joke and you're going to smile. You're going to laugh at me. That's all I'm looking for. And when you laugh or you smile, you're really smiling because you're looking at them. You're smiling because you see them as children. You're like, oh, this motherfucker right here, you know? You see them as children. You're like, this person's like a grown adult, but like in a kid's, with the mind of a kid. Sometimes you gotta laugh at it, you know? And then when you laugh at it, they think, oh, I finally got you to like me. And then they realize you still haven't changed. You still don't trust them. They still can't open your door. You're still giving them the same energy. You're like, nope. Then they go home and then they think about when you laughed or you smiled at them, and they're like, oh no, they weren't really laughing or smiling at my joke. They were laughing at me. So they pursue you even harder because they're like, you keep having them guess. You know, you're keeping them you're keeping them guessing about who you are. So they keep going back and thinking about what you said, or they asked you a personal question and you flipped it on them. Now they go back and they think about it. They're in their cars thinking about what you said. They'll even come back and ask you something again. They'll come back out of their car to come ask you something again. You know, the next time you see them, a week later, 2 weeks later, when you see them, they're picking up off of the last conversation you had, and you're not even thinking about it, because you're still the same person. Your boundaries are still the same. But this person that's been thinking about gaslighting you, because they live off gaslighting people. So to them, it's like, I haven't been able to gaslight you yet. So they're always thinking about the conversations you're having with them and picking up on those conversations. And then they have their questions ready for you the next time, or their responses, even their attitude. They might say, the next time I see her, I'm going to act like I don't see her. Because they're trying to gain some type of power. Another thing that they will do, at least with some of them, is that, the real low bottom hanging fruit is that they'll feel like they need to purposely provoke you because they know you have boundaries. So they'll even act childlike, very childish. And in their mind, they're thinking, I know you think I'm acting like a child and I'm childish, but I don't treat everyone like this. I'm only trying to treat you like this because you're trying to treat me like you're better than me. You're not even acting better than them. You just have boundaries and you're polite, and you just want people to treat you how you treat them. But because they don't know how to treat people because they're weirdos, now they're looking at you like, oh, I know you have boundaries, but boundaries are stupid. Like, I know you think I'm like a child, but like I'm an adult. I can do whatever I want. Children don't get to do whatever they want. I get to do whatever I want. And life has no meaning, and everyone does bad stuff and gets away with it. So to them, it's like life is a joke, and they feel like people's lives aren't really real. They feel like most people's lives aren't real, and most people aren't real. Most people are playing a character of someone. Most people don't know themselves. That's how they look at it. So to them, it's like, most people are crazy. I know you think I'm crazy, but they feel like empaths and people who are emotional and people who have feelings and people who can't figure out what the hell's going on, they feel like those people are crazy. They feel like you're crazy for talking to an inmate. You're crazy for dealing with a narcissist with multiple kids who clearly they're not the best parent. They feel like you're crazy. They feel like you're childish. They feel like most people are crazy. Most people are childish. Most people gossip. So to them, it's like, if you guys are gang stalkers, I'm gonna be the biggest gang stalker. I'm gonna be the biggest weasel. I'm gonna be the biggest villain. I'm gonna get the most attention for drama because you guys are full of drama. So when they're acting like clowns and they're being weird because you have boundaries, they're trying to still put you on a category with everyone else. And they're also telling you, why are you being so serious? Like, life isn't really serious. You don't have to move. Just because you have a lot of information, they're basically trying to tell you, like, you could live life with all this information and not look at shit so serious, you could crack a joke. You could be my friend, even though I'm a narcissist. You could be my friend, but they don't get it that you just don't want to. You just don't want to. So they're trying to gaslight you to believe that you're boring. I don't care. Don't worry about if I'm a boring person. Maybe I like boring. Maybe I feel more at peace when it's boring. And then now they know that you're laughing at them. They're like, oh, they're laughing at me. They're laughing at me. So now they're pissed. They're pissed because they came at you like clowns. Now they overstep your boundaries. They're in your personal space or they're touching you and you're like, don't touch me. I'm not your pal. Like, don't touch me. Now they're cracking jokes. Now they're saying that you're mean. Now they're like, you're mean. The empath, you've always been nice, but now you're just respectful. It's not that you're mean. You're just, people can't have access to you the way they once did because you're protecting yourself. That was your problem, is that you weren't protecting yourself. You thought when people came at you with gifts, they were blessings. You thought that when people came around you, and were nice to you, that they were really, that was who they said, whoever they said that they were. You believed or trust them enough to think that whoever, why would someone lie about who they are? Now you question everything. Because you've been gaslit so much, you're like, I can't allow myself to be gaslit ever again. I was hurt too much. I feel too much pain. I have so much emptiness inside of me because I gave my love to someone that didn't appreciate my love, who didn't care for my love, who spit on my love, who kicked at my love, who threw my love out the 20th floor. And just laughed. And now, and now it's like there's this void of emptiness inside of you because you miss the love that you were able to give to people that now you feel like you can't give to others. But you also don't want to abuse others like the narcissist. You don't get fuel off of just getting compliments from people. You don't get fuel from none of that is going to make you feel good. And you feel like the narcissist brought you to their level of how they feel inside. The only exception is that you're not going out of your way to hurt others. You're just sitting in that emptiness, wishing that you could have that love that you once had inside of you, but it's like someone took off with it. And they didn't even appreciate it. They didn't appreciate nothing. It's like they took a big part of you, a big missing piece of you, and it just disappeared. It's not there anymore. And you almost feel like this is a lot of times why you feel like the narcissist is going to give that love to someone else. And it's not that they're going to give that love to someone else. It's that they have enough fuel to give to someone else. But at the end of the day, the next person they deal with is someone that they've been monitoring while they were with you, because they're monitoring spirits. They were watching that person. They were taking their time while they were with that person, while being with you, gaslighting the next person, gaslighting them from the start, starting everything based on a lie. So once you leave these people, you gain clarity, you gain self-love. But there's always this part of you of who you used to be. And what they took from, the things that they took from you, relationships, family, jobs. They took so much from you. Narcissists take so much from the actual victim, right? The perpetrator actually takes so much from you. And a lot of times they end up still going around their family and friends, and then they know exactly what they did to you. They know they took you away from people, all because of their own selfish needs. Their whole thing was to take you away from people. They were gaslighting you, telling you people don't really care about you. They're not really your friend. Meanwhile, they were never really your friend. They were never really there for you. They're talking smack about people around you mainly because they don't want you to gossip to people about them. They don't want you to gossip to people about them. So they gaslight you. So after you've been gaslit so much, you will not allow yourself to be gaslit anymore. So now you walk around very military minded, like you're going to war. And people will tell you, you need to lighten up a bit. You need to not be so serious. It's not that you are a serious person and you don't have a personality. It's not that you can't joke around. It's that you know that the narcissist gets fuel from jokes. The narcissist gets fuel from just smiling at them. The narcissist gets fuel from compliments. The narcissist gets fuel from almost any interaction that you have with these fucking people, even a simple conversation. They're going to milk you for information. They're going to milk you for your energy, for a conversation, for a laugh, for even a cruel joke. Some of these narcissists will just gaslight you from the get-go. They'll come around you and they'll say something very disrespectful disguised as a joke. They'll say something racist disguised as a joke. They'll put you in a category and compare you to other people, or they'll stereotype you. And then they'll act like it's a joke. They'll gaslight you right away, right in front of your face, right? And the moment that you say something to these people, they will say that you're the bad guy, you're the bad girl, you're evil. You don't know how to talk to people. You don't have social skills. You don't have this. They start pointing the finger at you when it's really them who don't have social skills, because they wouldn't even have played with you and made a joke with you, because they don't know what you're going through. They don't know you. They don't know your life. They don't know that what they said to you can easily trigger you. But see, once you've caught on to these type of people, you will, because when you leave narcissist people, you will have a lot of anger. So when these people, a lot of times, a lot of behaviors will go undetected because people are being nice to you, right? Those are the people you're not worried about, the people being nice to you. Then there's those narcissists who are just upfront disrespectful to you for no reason at all. They'll come up to you in public places. They're strangers just coming up to you to mess with you, right? Small talk. Some of them seem nice, and then they turn around and then they start judging you. They start saying little judgy things, or they try to get into intimate conversations about your personal life. And then they kind of they start telling you who you are while you're in the midst of sharing things. They start jumping into conclusions about you. They want to know your family life. Do you have both parents? They want to know everything. They want to know your relationship status. They want to know, do you have children? How have your relationships played out? They'll even tell you that you got played. They'll even tell you, they'll assume that you're an empath right away, even though you know you're an empath. But I'm saying, they'll put you on a category of being an empath right away, and that's because you're giving them energy. See, narcissists can spot other narcissists right away. Even if you have your guard up and you're kind of like, you're not giving them energy, and to the point where they're asking you questions and you're just ignoring them. You're like, I already told you I don't want to answer this question. That monitoring spirit is going to keep asking you the same fucking question over and over again. They're going to cross your boundary over and over again. You're going to not want to answer certain things. They're going to keep asking you. They're going to keep, oh, you need to lighten up. You need to this. You need to do that. They know you're not a narcissist. That's why they know that you have boundaries now. They know you went through something and you have boundaries, but now they're pushing your buttons because they want to know how deep your boundaries are. They're like, if I keep asking you questions that are uncomfortable, you're going to feel uncomfortable and you're going to bow down to me. They are weirdos. They are weirdos. You're going to bow down to me if I keep repeating questions to you. Eventually, you're going to tell me. Eventually, you're going to lighten up to me. Eventually, you're going to like me. A lot of times they don't even like you. Sometimes they don't even like you, but they want to be liked by you. They might not like you. They might feel like you're not the type of person they would be friends with. They might have a preference, or they might have a social group and you just don't fit into their social group of the type of person that they're used to being around. But because you're not giving them any fuel, they want to cross your boundaries. They want you, they want to be liked. They want to be acknowledged. And when you're like, I don't care about your social group. I don't care about none of y'all. I don't care about what you guys got going on. I don't care how high and mighty you think you are. I don't care how gorgeous, how beautiful you think you are. I don't care if you think you're Barbie. I don't care. When you give them the energy that you don't care, that you're in your own world, the more they want to monitor you and wonder why you have such confidence, wonder why you are indifferent to them. So a lot of these people will feel your energy, and because they already know that trust is earned. They know that. Narcissists aren't stupid. They know that for sure. But to them, it's like, it's like, I'm going to disrespect you up front. Or if they don't disrespect you up front, they will feel your energy, and their energy will hate you. Their energy will be like, I don't like this person. They don't know why they don't like you. You haven't done nothing to them. You're minding your business, or you're doing your job. You're keeping everything professional. And they don't know why they don't like you. But the reason they don't like you is because you're keeping it professional, because you're working like a robot. You're not putting your emotions in anything. You're not investing any emotions in anyone. You're just doing what you got to do to survive. You're not investing into people's problems and what they got going on, and their fake problems or fake realities, because you don't know who's telling the truth. You don't know these people. You don't know if they're telling you the truth. So you're just indifferent. Now they feel, because they don't know you and they can't read you, they feel like disrespecting you. They're like, I can't read this person, so I got to piss them the fuck off. I got to piss them off because I can't read them. They haven't done anything to me. They're assertive. They're respectful. And I could tell they don't play no games. They know you don't play no games. When you're a super empath and you don't play no games, and you don't get involved in situations that you don't know both sides of the story, you already know the narcissist loves to play victim. They love to abuse people and then say, oh, well, I had a rough childhood. They make excuses to their behavior, and you're so caught up into their bullshit and their stories, and them wanting you to feel sorry for them, or them wanting you to think that they're regular human beings just like you. You start to think to yourself, oh, everybody got a past. Everybody goes through stuff. Oh, at least they can acknowledge their bad behavior. Narcissists are not dumb. They know, they've been knowing the things that they do that are wrong. People have already told them many times that it's wrong. People have already warned them. Supplies have told them. They've been in marriages. They've been in relationships. They've already heard the same shit so many times. They already know the issues or the problems, or where they go wrong, or what people don't like about them. They just don't care. They don't care until it gets them in trouble, until it destroys their life. And then they want you to believe that they've changed. They want you to believe that they're doing you a favor by telling you, oh, I was like this because I'm a victim. I'm a this, I'm that. And that's how you get into these relationships with these people, because you empathize with them, You put yourself in their shoes because you feel like you've been through shit too, and that's a disaster in the making. Sometimes they'll tell you, I haven't been the greatest person. I don't know why I'm like this. I don't know why I'm just naturally manipulative, but I think it's because this happened to me or that happened to me. That shit does not give anyone a pass, because we all been through stuff. It doesn't give people a pass, because these are dangerous people that will get you to put your guard down. And then once they gaslight you,